Good afternoon, my name is Alan Koh. Today's wellness talk is on detoxification and how energy medicine contributes to detoxification. Now, there's far too many harmful chemicals in modern day, as you will see later, as on the slide now. From 1965 to 1998, a mere 35 years, not 350 years, or rather 33 years, not 330 years, over 4 million distinct chemical compounds have already been formulated. And out of them, about 80,000 are harmful to the human body, and about 800 of them are in our chemical compounds, they're toxic chemical compounds inside our personal care and cosmetic products. And about 600 of these 800 harmful chemicals have been clinically proven, that means medically tested, to cause cancer, to cause allergies, to cause skin irritations, and even genetic birth defects. So we've got no choice nowadays but to get rid of harmful chemicals that have been aggravating in our body, or rather have been accumulating in our body for years on end. One of the most common toxin in our house, in a public place, in our office, place of work, is actually sodium lauryl sulfate, or SLS in short. As you can see from the Medical Journal of the American College of Toxicology, it's already stated that SLS is well known as a common skin irritant. It is also easily absorbed and retained in the eyes, brain, heart, and liver cells, whereby long-term harmful effects can occur if we keep on accumulating them. Sodium lauryl sulfate also causes cataracts in adult eyes, and at the same time also keep children's eyes from developing properly. So nowadays you see very young children wearing glasses for a reason. Their eyes have been quite damaged by harmful chemicals accumulated over the years of the childhood. Sodium lauryl sulfate also damages hair follicles, prevent ability to grow hair. So all these are only the surface tip of the iceberg. There's much more to come. Fluoride. They use fluoridated water in reservoirs. They put fluoride in there. The richer countries got no problem doing that in order to strengthen the teeth enamel of children in particular. But it's been shown now by National Cancer Institute in America that fluoride is linked to 10,000 new cancer deaths every year. And research by St. Louis University and Nippon Dental College also shows that fluoride has the ability to induce tumors, cancers, and even stimulate tumor growth rates. National Toxicology Program tests confirm that fluoride is cancer-causing, especially mouth cancer and bone cancer. So it's quite frightening nowadays that if we do not know how to do detox, and if governments do not reduce the amount of fluoride going into our body, whether it's through not fluoridating the water in reservoirs, use alternative type of toothpaste, for example, that contain no fluoride, but an ingredient that can mimic the strength of fluoride to strengthen the teeth enamels, then it would solve a lot of problems. Propylene glycol is another common substance that you can see in skincare products and other personal care products. Large amounts, of course, always cause death in a lot of chemicals, but small amounts, that's what we are talking about in modern days, accumulating in prolonged periods of time inside our body can result in nausea, convulsions, slurred speech, disorientation, heart and kidney problems, even as bad as birth defects and infertility. So we've got to be very vigilant about such chemicals. As long as we are willing to do daily detox, or at least alternate day detox, then the amount of chemicals accumulating in our body for the first 10 years, 40 years, 80 years would not be so scary as to cause diseases in our body. Talc powder is a dry lubricant, but chemically so similar to asbestos, which of course is a confirmed cancer-causing substance. They started doing research on talc powder, whether they do harm the body, and true enough, long-term use of talc powder, as you can see at the bottom paragraph, especially around the genital area, has been linked to more ovarian cancers. And look at the Straits Times in Singapore, June 23rd, 1997, one of the fastest rising cancers in Singapore is indeed ovarian cancer. be vigilant. Not that we cannot use any sort of personal care products in town or cosmetic products in town, but we must do detox. We must recognize brands as more chemicals than less. And even if we do not know how to recognize, we still got to do detox on a daily basis. One of the cheapest way to do partial detox will be drinking enough plain water, but nothing like electric energy treatment that I'm going to talk about, how it improves our reduction of toxins outwards from our body. And before we even, end the day, just in the morning brushing our teeth with toothpaste, gargling with mouthwash like Listerine and Cepacol that contains alcohol, bathing using soaps and shower gels, and washing hair with shampoos, conditioners, and even washing the face with cleansers and toners. Already more than 10 different types of potentially cancer-causing substances have already entered our body. There's much more. This only, again, the tip of the iceberg. We read books like Safe Shopper's Bible and Unreasonable Risk. That means the risk of applying these chemicals in our body is just unreasonable. We should be more reasonable. We should do detox. We should avoid using such ingredients in our daily care products. And these two books, Unreasonable Risk and Safe Shopper's Bible, are written by a medical doctor called Dr. Samuel Epstein, who specialized in toxicology, the study of chemicals, whether they're toxic, whether they are harmless, whether it's not sure. There are three categories. All right, when we do electric energy treatment, this is what happens. Once the cell is fully charged, in fact, the second slide you can see, once you fully charge the cell from a weak 30-40 millivolts transmembrane electric potential, now you charge it to 70-90 millivolts, which is the healthy level, then much more toxins will clear. Toxic waste, harmful chemicals will clear. Going back to the cell before, if we did not fully charge the cell, this is the scenario. A little bit of oxygen and nutrients come in. A lot of oxygen and nutrients could not get into the cell to nourish and oxygenate the cell for good metabolic processes of maintenance, repair, and recovery. And inside there's a lot of metabolisms going on, biochemical reactions, and always there are byproducts of metabolism. If you don't flush them out, and like this one is staying put, this one went out, so the staying put accumulating amounts will finally cause weakening of the cell function and finally cause diseases in them. So it's important to flush out more completely, as the first diagram is, where this is a fully charged cells. This is only an ordinary cell that people in modern days tend to have unless they do electric energy treatment, or if they can exercise a good 8-9 hours a day, possibly they will not need electric energy treatment at all. But majority of people do not exercise that much nowadays. So to achieve wellness, to work towards a disease-free body, again, we have no choice but to improve our flushing out of toxins. There are 4 types of energy treatment combined together, very synergistically do detox for us. But there's one more thing we need to do is drink enough plain water. That's the part that is not part of energy treatment. You just got to do it consciously. There are equipment made in Japan, made in Germany, made in Korea, that you can actually touch that particular machine or device, and your whole body, the entire body, the cells will be fully charged within half an hour to 1 hour, depending on the gadgets. And when fully charged, and I'm talking about those certified safe to use, some of them are sort of fake or so-called imitation models. They are not the one that you should use. But the genuine, authentic models, if you use them, you will find that once your cells are fully charged, the metabolisms of substances which are toxic inside the cell will be done quite tremendously. Now, some toxins, harmful chemicals cannot be broken down. You've got to flush them out through another biophysical pathway from within the cell to out of the cell. So again, you need enough electrical energy across the cell membrane to do so. Then, is that enough? What happens when the toxins come out of the cells? They might be in the vicinity. If you've got a lousy drainage system, like a lymphatic flow or blood flow, the toxins cannot be drained away from the area. They can actually re-enter the cells. So another important energy treatment is called magnetic energy treatment. In fact, when you combine with fine infrared deep heat and the superficial thermoxybustion heat therapy, added together with magnetic field treatment, which all improve blood circulation, improve flows in general, whether it's lymphatic flow, tear flow, all those air flows and digestive flow and so on. Once you improve the flows, it will drain away the excess fluid in the area and even the toxins in the area. So once they get to the kidneys and then come out in urination, or get to the skin and come out in sweating, go to the lungs and come out in the vapor form, all these harmful chemical toxins can exit from our body through particularly magnetic field treatment throughout the body. I'm talking about when magnetic field treatment is concerned. Then if you do the localized treatment of far infrared and also the superficial heat treatment, thermoxybustion, you find that more toxins will be drained away compared to just magnetic field treatment. So when you add all these 4 treatments together, electric energy, magnetic energy, far infrared energy, and thermoxybustion energy, you should be getting lots and lots of detox. If every day you got a gadget like this at home and keep on using it, I can tell you, when you reach 90 years old, you're a different breed altogether. You're much, much healthier than ordinary people not knowing how to do energy medicine. Now, by taking mainstream Western medications, yes, it's good to suppress quite a lot of signs and symptoms, a bit of improvement of blood pressure, and even very good improvement of blood pressure. But bear in mind, we are actually intoxicating our body cells with more chemicals going in there. While doing a good job, it's at the same time potentially doing a bad job. So whatever it is, if we do detox, we are lessening our accumulation of toxins, harmful chemicals in our body cells, so organs cannot get into diseases properly. Thank you very much.